Here's my opinion, and maybe you share this opinion. It's kind of like you're watching a horror movie. Like the first horror movie in the series is like classy, and it's not like overly gore porn or overly hyper-sexualized. And then the second one comes out, or the third one even. The first opening scene, teenagers at a pool, takes their shirt off, tits flopping around. They're all scattering around. It's the scene, it's the big opening scene where the killer kills everybody. And then the last one to get killed, of course, is going to be the blonde girl with her shirt half off, and maybe her apple-bottom jeans are slightly unbuckled, and she's running through the forest with her. And, maybe she got a little wet earlier and she's running through the forest. It's like, come on. It's just obnoxious at a certain point. It's like, have a little class with your art. Yeah, so it's funny. Everybody was telling me High School of the Dead was really good, and I tried, and I had the exact same reaction. I was like, so, okay, here's my opinion, and maybe you share this opinion on the fan service in anime. Overall, it's distasteful to me. If it's shoehorned in at random and it's like out of place and makes no sense, no, it doesn't make any sense. Now, that being said, I watched Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill is fucking fantastic. And that is littered with fan service. But it suits the narrative of the show. Whereas I watched the first episode or two of High School of the Dead, and I couldn't do it because the fan service. It just seemed. It's kind of like you're watching a horror movie. Like the first horror movie in the series is like classy, and it's not like overly gore porn or overly hyper sexualized and like really, really sexualized, but it's like classy, it's just a high quality horror movie. Then the second one comes out, or the third one even, and the first opening scene, teenagers at a pool, girl takes her shirt off, tits flopping around, and then they hear something in the forest, and then they're all scattering around. It's the scene, it's the big opening scene where the killer kills everybody. And then the last one to get killed, of course, is going to be the blonde girl with her shirt half off, and maybe her apple-bottom jeans are slightly unbuckled, and she's running through the forest with her. And maybe she got a little wet earlier, and she's running through the forest. It's like, come on! It's just obnoxious at a certain point. It's like, have a little class with your art. Like art itself was good. The action was great, but way too much fan service. Are you referring to High School of the Dead or Kill la Kill? I loved Kill la Kill. I thought that was great. It's interesting because the whole point of the show essentially was the new High School of the Dead. Yeah. I wanted, and a friend of mine, he gave it another chance, and he watched the whole thing. He said it is really good, and I'm like, I believe you. I believe it is really good, but like, damn, man, I just couldn't. I don't understand it. It's just so strange and out of place to me. It's like two people randomly be having a conversation, and the camera's panning back and forth to each of them. It'll be like a man and a girl, and then one random camera angle will be like just behind her ass. It'll show her ass in the forefront, and in the background you'll see another guy character walking on screen. It's just like casual fan service. I'm like, why? The hell? For what? What is the point? Like Empire of Corpses is classy. I've never seen that one, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, Kill la Kill is I believe it. Yeah, Kill la Kill is really good. Mind you, I really don't like I given my horror movie example and such, I really don't like uh overly exaggerated flaunting nudity in like shows and movies just for the sake of it. Like it's just it's obnoxious and it's just not tasteful. But Kill la Kill, and by mind you, Kill la Kill has more what you might consider fan service than any fucking show, but it is fantastic. Like from the jump, it's just it's over the top. It's like way over the top crazy. 9th century London corpses are reanimated to be used manual labor, but goes hella wrong. Jesus. That reminds me of. Oh, I just started watching. What's it called? I started watching Demon Hunter. I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I've only heard spectacular things about both of those, like constantly. So, I'm slowly watching those. Gungrave. No, I'm pretty. I'm fairly uncultured. Trigun is a random one that I've seen that a lot of people usually ask. You've never seen Trigun? I've seen Trigun. But like I've never seen like Cowboy Bebop. I've never seen Trigun's good. It's another one that wouldn't typically be my cup of tea because the main character is kind of a goofball. Tokyo Ghoul. I haven't watched that. I've heard really good things about it though. Wait. Oh wait, you didn't like Death Note? Wait, how? What? How? I mean, okay, the second half, I'll give you that. Like after, yeah, the show was just like, eh. But the whole, come on, man. I mean, fair enough, fair enough. Maybe it's not for everybody, but it was phenomenal, absolutely amazing. Just get into it. I tried so hard. How many did you watch through the whole thing? Or did you only watch like a few episodes, or 5 episodes? And I was like, this is boring. It is. How can I put it? Okay. Kind of like it's not like Game of Thrones, but it's like Game of Thrones in that there's a lot going on. There's a lot of dialogue. There's got to be a better example of what I'm trying to convey. But it's like, it has like high quality writing and, it isn't so much about, I don't like Game of Thrones either. Oh man. Well, fair enough. The last season, nobody liked this last season. So, but yeah, so it's not like action. It's not like action or eye candy or anything like that. It's a thinking show. For me, Death Note, I was like, after I watched like two episodes, I don't even remember. I gotta have to rewatch it, but after I watched like 2 episodes, I was like, oh god, it's one of these. I have to like, I can't eat. I can't like be doing anything. I have to like be ready to like click it and watch it like while I'm watching. And I would say watch like 1 episode, 2, maybe 3 at a time. Dragons are coming. They're dragged down. Dragons are coming. I dragged it on for so long, like hyping it up. Dragons. I don't remember that. For Game of Thrones, right? I'm thinking Death Note. Dragons are coming. Yeah. The first 3 seasons are very, very dialogue heavy and very, world building. 4, 5, and 6 ramp up in pace big time. Although they feel a little bit inconsistent with the first 3 seasons. I think they found their sweet spot like seasons 3 and 4. Seasons 1, 2, and 3 were very trudgy. Whereas 4, 5, and 6 were like way more. All right, boom, boom, boom. Let's just get on with the plot. Boom, boom. A lot more so than seasons 1 through 3. And I would say between 4, 5, and 6, they got more and more and more fast paced. And then season 6, they literally only had like 7 episodes, and they rushed the fuck out of it. Like, the fuck out of it. And people hated it. Like, I don't think there's a single person that liked the last season of Game of Thrones. I honestly don't think there's a single person. Nah, but Death Note, man. What about Attack on Titan? You probably wouldn't like Attack on Titan either. Yeah, back to Death Note. Like, I couldn't keep up with the first episode. Like, they were missing certain plots and stuff. I was like lost. Yeah, it's heavy. It's a heavy show, for sure. But it's like it's a deep thinking show, and like you can when you start like really absorbing the characters, like Elle and Kira, or Light, whatever. Their dynamic. Like, you can't miss that. You've already watched the first 5 episodes. You gotta. It's one of the best rivalries in like anime history. like not even like with fists or anything. It's just. It changed the landscape of anime in a lot of ways. Like, every generation kind of has that anime, you know. So I felt like I could have read the comics to have a clue what was going on. Yeah, actually, it is. I would say it does feel like it's odd. Well, I guess when you're watching it, it does almost feel like you're reading a manga or a manga in a way, if that makes sense. It's like the I guess the biggest perk with an anime is the action scenes could be like better and like more like played out, whereas with a non-actiony one, you know. And you love Attack on Titan, so that's interesting. One of the I think production directors or something like that, one of the big people working on Attack on Titan was somebody who worked on Death Note, which explains a lot to me. I've only watched season 1 of Attack on Titan, but like, people are actually saying now that it's the best anime of all time. Like, a lot of people. And people aren't really fighting back against that. Like, they're not even saying that there's any like weirdness or inconsistency or anything. So I'm like, shit. I clearly have to at some stage catch up and get on those new seasons. But I know it's one of those shows that's like, it's kind of heavy, and that's the thing that's kind of making me not hesitant to watch it, but like, I'm like, I know I have to like be ready. I have to have the mentality, you know. But yeah, Attack on Titan is fucking sick. I agree. I love Attack on Titan, but not Death Note. Man, you gotta get on Death Note. That's like, I know everybody nowadays says, "Oh, you don't watch this? Oh, you gotta watch this. You gotta." There's like a million shows out. Like, there's too many. Way too many. Like, I've been watching The Boys on Amazon. That show's really good, even though it has a bit of a strong leftist agenda. It's still really, really good. Like, still, whole story arc to me made sense. There was a lot of expectations, so like, they told you basically the story of why. So easy to understand. Yeah. See, I tried. When season 2 finally came out, way after season 1 did. I tried watching the first couple of episodes, and I'm like, damn. They're like, I didn't know. I wasn't armed and prepared. Like, they just kind of throw you in, and like, you better know what the fuck's going on. Like, I watched season 1 when like the hype was through the roof back in like 2014 or 2013, whenever it was. It's like through the, like beyond the roof, like in the clouds, the hype for that fucking show. And then everybody was dying for season 2, but they were like, nope, we're gonna make you wait, or not make you wait, but we're gonna do it right. We're gonna write it out in the comic and in the manga, make it nice, and then if we're gonna transpose it to anime, then we're gonna do it right for you guys. Ability gear is so close, like grappling hook and sword. Yeah, I actually bought a I think I still have it. I have the oh, I forget which I can't even remember what they're called exactly. One of those, I have one of those green cloaks. I forget which logo I have. I probably have whichever one Levi has. Levi or Mikasa. Because they're obviously both the coolest characters. At least according to my season 1 standards. I don't know the other seasons, so. Although I keep hearing people say Levi's such a badass, so I'm sure he continues being a badass.